So this is the session for the ELT125, section 3 on October the 15th, right in the middle of the month. And I would like to suggest an activity which is called the Two Truths and a Lie. Have you ever played this one?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Daniela, could you explain what this is about to the ones who have not played this activity before?
Yes. You need to say 3 sentences, and 2 needs to be a truth and 1 lie. And the other people have to guess which one is the false one.
That's right. That's right. So take a moment to think about 2 facts of your life that are true and 1 that is a lie. It can be something that you like. It can be something that you are able to do, that you can do, right? It could be anything about your life, right? So let's take a moment, right? And think about one lie about your life, right? I'm thinking too. I'm writing them down. All right. You ready? Do you have your statements?
One more minute, please, teacher.
Not a problem. All right. All right. Who would like to start? Anyone volunteering? I have my own ready, but I would like someone else to start. Elizabeth Mejias, go on, please. Thank you.
Okay, so first I live in San Javier. The second one is I like drink tea, and the third one I have 2 pets.
That was tough. What do you all think?
I think the first is the lie.
Which one?
The first.
The first. All right. She doesn't live
I
in San
think
Javier.
that the third one is a lie.
The third one. She doesn't have 2 pets.
Can I say who is correct?
Just one. Anybody else? I think Daniela was going to say something, and maybe Diana. Fernando.
Yes, I think that the third is the false one.
The third one about the pets.
Yes.
Can you repeat the sentence, please?
Yes.
The first one is I like drink tea. And the second one is I live in San Javier. And the third one, I have 2 pets.
I think the lie is the first one.
Which one, Diana?
The first one?
That would be that she drinks tea. She likes drinking tea.
Can I say the correct? I mean, the lie.
Yeah. I think your lie is you don't like drinking. What is it?
No, the light. I have 2 pets because I have 4 pets.
Oh, okay. Only 4. Okay.
Yeah. So Juana
All
Faro
right.
and Daniela, we're right.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Mejias. Can I have another volunteer? William, go on, please.
Okay. First, I'm 19 years old. I live in Linares. And third, I'm Chilean. I'm going to repeat, teacher.
Yes,
First,
please.
I'm 19. Second, I live in Linares. And third, I'm Chilean.
I think William doesn't live in Linares because I've heard that he lives near Linares, but not in Linares. Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
agree with Isabel. I was about to say the same.
Yes.
I agree with Isabel.
I was thinking about he's not 19 because he look older.
Isabel?
No, that was Elizabeth.
Yes, but you have your hand raised. So
Yes, I was volunteering for the next one, but I said that William doesn't live in Linares. I think.
I have to say that I think the same. That the United thing is the false statement. Anyone else would like to guess?
I thought that the false one is that he has 19 because he's little than me, but I'm not sure.
All right, William, show us, reveal the lie.
Okay,
Reveal.
my lie is I live in Linares. I don't live in Linares. I live in Melosal. It's near Linares, but it's not in Linares.
Woohoo! Melosal. All right. All right. Good. Isabel, I can't wait to hear yours.
Okay, so the first one is my sister is taller than me. Then I can sing very high notes. And my grandmother was a teacher.
The first one.
The first one, yeah.
Come again with the first one.
My sister is taller than me. That's the one that they are saying. Then the other one is I can sing very high notes. And the other one is my grandmother was a teacher.
The second one, maybe?
Mm-hmm. The second one. I don't know. You really know how to play this game. Anybody? Fernanda? Nelson, Valentina? Do you have any, Elizabeth Loyola? Any, Jolie? Camilo, Catalina? Any guess? I'm clueless.
The second one.
The
She
second one.
said, well, one time in classes, she said that she is tall, so maybe it's a lie that her sister is taller than she. I'm pretty sure.
I was
Okay.
thinking the same.
I think the same.
I was thinking the same.
Ah, all right. I think the second one, the high singing high notes. Can you reveal the lie, Isabel?
Well, you're wrong, teacher. My sister is not taller than me, and I'm actually a lyric singer. So I can sing very high notes. So yeah.
Wow, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. You're very good at lying. All right, good job. Good job, Isabel. Juan, I believe it's your turn.
Yes, dear. So I'm 18 years old. I'm taller than my two older brothers, and I have a cat.
The third one.
It's a cat one.
Yeah.
My
Me
poor
too.
baby.
Anybody else? We all think it's the last one. Anybody disagrees? All right, Daniela.
I think that it's very obvious that it's the third lie.
Okay, let's see if we're surprised. Juan.
The third one. I always say that I want a cat, but my father doesn't leave me to have a cat.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that the end of the story was going to be sad. Okay, keep it up. Keep it up. Chin up. Thank you so much, Juan, for participating. Daniela, I believe it's your turn.
Okay. The first, I have one little brother. The second, I have a puppy. And the third is I am very bad at math.
I think is the third one, the lie.
I think that is the first one.
I think it's the first one, the lie.
I think that is the second one.
Anybody else? All right, Daniela, reveal the lie.
And the lie is that I have one little brother. I have a big brother.
But you still have one brother. Just one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good job. Thank you so much. Very good. And did anyone guess? I don't think so. Right?
No, I'm disappointed of Willie. He knows.
Poor Willie. Willie, you are down in the ranking of friendship.
Okay.
All right. All right. Anyone else would like to volunteer? Just to volunteer. Volunteering is not, you're not going to get hurt. You're just going to step out of your comfort zone for 1 or 2 minutes. Fernando, go on.
Yep. I have 2 dogs. I have 3 brothers, and I live in Curicó.
I think that the first one.
I don't think that he has 2 brothers.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
I think you said 3 brothers.
Yep.
I think you have more than 2 dogs. I think you have more, at least 3.
No. The lie is the second. I don't have brothers. I have only one little sister.
All right.
Yeah.
You are very good at lying. All right. Very good at lying. All right. Good. Any last volunteer?
Maybe me.
Any little hand? I think Jolie was.
Sir,
Okay,
was me.
Jolie. Go on.
First one is I have lived in 3 countries. The second one is I have had a motorcycle. I have had. The third one is I have been living in Chile for 5 years here. Or 5 years, sorry. For
The
5
first
years.
one?
I think that the second one.
Yes.
I would say the second one.
Me too. Second one.
That I have had a motorcycle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one is the third one. I I have just lived in Chile. I have been living in Chile for 3 years, so I don't know how. Yes, sir.
Just for 3 years, 2019, 18. So right here in 2018.
Yes, sir.
All right. How's life so far in Chile?
Yes, I would say quite good. I'm very glad to be here. It's a wonderful country. I really like it. So yeah, it's quite. I really like the experiences I have had. So yeah. It
Teacher,
was
can you
me.
hear us? No, it was a teacher. He was
Okay.
frozen.
Yeah.
Could you
So
hear me? What? No?
yes. So which country were you living in before Chile, Jolly?
I was living in the Dominican Republic. It's near.
Mhm.
It's near my country. So I have
Okay.
lived. Yes, I have lived there.
Dominican Republic. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Right. Interesting. We all. I mean, I thought it was a motorcycle. You own a motorcycle.
Yeah, I I have had one. It was good
Okay.
to have.
All right. All right. Good. Good. Excellent. Thank you so much for the ones who participated. I think it's interesting. This activity is interesting for you to know or to realize, as Daniela did, that you don't know the people you are. You have a friendship with. Well, it's good. It's a good activity to actually know a little bit more about the rest of the people, right? So that's good. It's a good activity. You can use it with your future students later. We're going back to intonation. Intonation in English, important because you express or convey emotions, right? You tell the other people when you're done finishing. When you're done with speaking. For instance, if you're having a conversation, you have to mark at some point when you're done, so the other speaker can have his or her own turn, right? Also, with intonation, you organize your thoughts. With intonation, you organize your thoughts. With the pauses you make, I'm repeating this intentionally, all right? With the pauses you make, you let the speaker know how to understand what you're saying. What you're saying. Therefore, the listener knows when you are going to finish the idea, or if there's anything that you are going to if there's anything else that you're going to say. Okay, so whenever we talk about intonation, we may think about features of connected speech, rhythm, sentence stress, word stress, and rhythm. And rhythm. So as you can say, there's a lot of information that you are providing with intonation that is not necessarily something that you say, but it's something that the listener is going to perceive or understand while you are speaking. So that's why the suprasegmental feature, intonation, it's something that may cause certain problems of communication with other speakers, specifically native speakers, or I'm sorry, with non-native speakers, if they use a different intonation system, because intonation systems vary in many languages. So if someone speaking in English from a different country, from an Asian country, for example, is applying his intonation system from that specific Asian language into English, and you apply your intonation system from your native language into English, maybe there might be a misunderstanding at some point, okay? Maybe, because and also implies that you are trying to favor the communication. Therefore, try to make things work, right? So suprasegmental features are usually or often neglected. They are not taught, don't learn them, and therefore teachers of English tend to focus only or more on vowel sounds, on consonant sounds, but not on these suprasegmental features, right? So the fact is that you can say anything in English and you can actually use different patterns, and they're going to have a different perception on the listener.
Okay.
Yes. So sorry, internet issues. I'm going to turn off the camera. Yeah, not frozen. I mean, it's still hot yet, so I'm not frozen. But it's a terrible joke. Anyway, so the idea is that the same thing, the same expression with different intonation can have a different meaning. That's the point, right? That's the point. So what is intonation? It's basically the music. It's how we say things, right? It's how, not what we say, but how we say the things we want to say in terms of this musicality. Okay, and then we express emotions. We express feelings towards what we are saying, or towards what other people are saying, right? So, for example, if I ask one of you, could you please read aloud this paragraph? You can say, sure, yeah. So you can use a level, a flat intonation. You can use a rising intonation. You can use a fall intonation or a full rise intonation. Therefore, these different types of intonation will reveal how you feel about me asking you about the task, essentially. But to simplify things, we're going to start talking about falling intonation and a rising intonation whenever we see this downward arrow and upward arrow, respectively. Downward arrow for falling intonation and upward arrow for rising intonation, right? So in general, we're going to see that rhythm of the English language is going to be affected by intonation, because when we speak in English, we have sort of a we have a pattern of words that we emphasize and then others that we don't. And this interplay of accented and stressed and unstressed syllables functions as a framework onto which the intonation pattern is attached. So there are peaks, there are elements that are more prominent in a sentence, correspond to content words, that is, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. And in general, the elements that are going to be less prominent are going to be the function words, right? But this is a general rule. A speaker may break this rule and may decide to make one function word more prominent. That is, for example, make one preposition more prominent, or an auxiliary, or a modal, or a pronoun, right? Because according to the context, that's That's the important element that should be highlighted or emphasized. Okay? Fernanda Navarro, can I ask you a favor? Could you read the next slide, please?
Sure.
You heard? Sure. All right. Sure. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So we're talking about functions, right?
Okay. Functions of intonation. The attitudinal function. Okay, so the attitudinal function, the most obvious role of intonation is to express our attitude and emotions, to show shock or surprise, pleasure or anger, interest or boredom, seriousness or sarcasm, and many others. We do this by tone.
Could you keep reading, please?
What?
Could you keep reading?
Okay. What a fun day! I can't wait to repeat it. That one too.
All right.
Okay, so you can have that. It's for me. Oh, please.
Excellent. Good job. Good job. So the important elements here is that you're expressing emotions, right? And that's one of the functions of intonation. You can express you're angry. You can have that. That's for me. Oh, please. Okay. So you are expressing the way you feel, and that's one of the functions of intonation, right? Your attitude towards a topic, your attitude towards someone. Let's have Camilo. If you could read aloud the next one, Camilo, please, that would be wonderful.
Obviously.
Thank you. Anytime you want.
Okay. The grammatical function. Intonation helps identify grammatical structures in speech, rather as punctuation does in writing. We use intonation to mark the beginning or and end of a grammatical unit such as a clause and sentence. The demarcative function. We do this by tonality. We also use intonation to distinguish clause types, such as question versus statement, and to disambiguate, I know how to pronounce that, various grammatically ambiguous structures. The syntactic function, and we do this mainly by tone.
Excellent. Thank you. So, interesting, grammatical function. The grammatical function, and then Camilo said, intonation helps identify the grammatical structures in speech, rather as punctuation does in writing. We use intonation to mark the beginning and end of grammatical units, such as clause and sentence, the demarcative function. We do this by tonality. We also use intonation to distinguish clause types, such as question versus statement, and to disambiguate various grammatical ambiguous structures, the syntactic function. We do this mainly by tone. So Camilo divided or chunk, right? Divided the different elements that were part of this paragraph, right? And that's part of the grammatical function, which is quite connected with punctuation, because we organize the ideas and we have a specific intonation. We start a sentence or a clause, and then one that we have at the beginning. If you see in the third line, we use intonation to mark the beginning. We use intonation to mark the beginning and end of grammatical units such as clause and sentence, the demarcative function. So there's usually a rising intonation whenever you're not done with an idea whenever the idea is not finished, and then a following intonation when you are finishing the idea, such as in the fifth line right here. We do this by tonality. We do this by tonality. Tonality is the last element in this unit, right? Intonation unit or tone unit, if you want. There are intonational phrase, tone unit. There are different names to call these structures. We do this by tonality. That's one thought, right? We do this by tonality. And this thought can be isolated, right? So we call this tone unit or intonational phrase. And there are specific intonation patterns, as you can see, right? And this is called the grammatical function that helps identify grammatical structure in speech, oral or written speech. In general, oral, of course. We have the focusing function, accentual or informational function in the next one. And I would like to ask Elizabeth Loyola to read it, if you're okay with that.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you.
Okay. The focusing, also called accentual or informational function. Intonation helps to show what information in an utterance is new and what is already known. We use it to bring some parts of the message into focus and leave other parts out of focus, to emphasize or highlight some parts and not others. We do this by tonicity and by the placement of other accents. This is one of the most important functions of English intonation, and perhaps the function most readily taught in the EFL classroom. We combine accentuation with the choice of tone to present some longer stretches of the message as constituting the foreground of the picture we paint, while leaving other stretches as background. I'm sorry, teacher. These are pragmatic functions.
That's all right. That's all right. That's right. I'm amazed because I make several mistakes myself, and I understand that we all, because it's such a complex paragraph. So basically, think about this as when you enter. Let's suppose that we are all searching for a missing item. For example, some keys or a book. Okay. And we go into a dark room, there's no light, and one of you is carrying a flashlight or lantern or anything that could provide some light. And you see that the focus of this light is very narrow. You can see at one corner of the room at the moment, and then you need to move the light, and there you can see a different corner, a different area of the room, and so on and so forth. So whenever you think about this function of intonation, the focusing function is when you are asking someone else to focus on a specific area, on a specific segment of an utterance or a sentence or a statement, right? So in that way, you are highlighting or emphasizing a specific part of information, which can be new information, right? It can be new information, or it can be something that you really want the other person to pay attention to. Maybe you already mentioned it, but the person did not pay attention. So you can repeat the information, emphasizing a specific element that you already mentioned. For example, I was talking about the dogs. I wasn't talking about the cats. I was talking about the dogs. You were not paying attention. The dogs. So let's suppose that you were talking about dogs to this other person, and you said, I was playing with the dogs over the weekend. We had such a wonderful time. And then the other person said, so what did you do last weekend? And so I said I was playing with the dogs. I was playing with the dogs. So this is not new information because I already said the information to the listener, right? Or the other speaker. The speaker was not paying attention. The other person was not paying attention to the information that I gave. So I repeated the information, highlighting or emphasizing one specific segment of the information. That's one thing. And the other thing is to focus on the new information, right? So therefore, it's like taking the listener's attention towards a specific area of the utterance. Remember, we're using the word utterance because utterance is quite general. It's anything you say, a statement, a question, an exclamation, anything. It could be called an utterance, right? Even if you say only one word, like sure. Remember Fernanda's answer? Sure. That's an utterance. Okay? And considering this information, Elizabeth, could you read the following, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
When danger threatens your children, call the police. When danger threatens your children, call the police. I should put the focus and function right.
Yes, you should focus our attention on the bolded words.
Okay. When danger threatens your children, call the police. When danger threatens your children, call the police.
Excellent. So, when danger threatens your children, call the police. And the second one, when danger threatens your children, call the police. So who's calling the police in letter A?
You.
Good question, right? Who's calling the police in letter B?
The children.
All right. So in A, going back to A, when danger threatens, your children call the police. When danger threatens, they call the police. Right? So when danger threatens, when your children feel threatened, right? When your children hear noise in the house, they are alone, right? And they feel threatened, they feel that they are in danger, they call the police. The children call the police. When danger threatens your children, call the police. You call the police, right? You, the parent, or you, the other member of the family, right? When danger threatens your children, call the police. You as a dad or as a mother. Okay? So in this way, the attention or the focus and function of intonation in letter A is focused, it's dealing with the first part of the information, when danger threatens. So your children call the police. When do they call the police? When danger threatens, when they feel threatened, when they feel that they are not safe, your children call the police. And the attention in the second one is should be focused on the first one up to children. When danger threatens your children, when this situation happens, when you as the parent, as a dad or as the mom, feel that your children are in danger, you call the police. Okay? So that's the way that in this example we can see that some segment of the utterance is more important than the other, and the importance, right, by highlighting the specific section, right? We make a pause, we make it sound a little bit louder so that the other person can understand the two different meanings, right? When danger threatens, and when danger threatens your children. Okay, so that's going to be the difference. Please, if this is not clear, let me know at any moment, all right? We're going to have a revision later. Elizabeth Mejias, could you read next slide, please? Thank you.
Yep. Intonation signals how sequences of clauses and sentences go together in spoken discourse to contrast or to cohere. It functions like the division of writing text in sentences and paragraph. Should I continue?
Okay.
It enables us to signal whether or not we have come to the end of the point we are making, whether we want to keep talking or are ready to give another speaker a turn.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Mejias. So exactly, when we read, we give coherence, right? We make these ideas to connect. Elizabeth Mejias was written this quite well, saying intonation signals how sequences of clauses and sentences go together in spoken discourse to contrast or to cohere. Okay, so this is one single idea, one single thought group, and this thought group goes together. And it's connected with the next one, as I read, or as Elisa read. It functions like the division of writing text into sentences and paragraphs. End of the idea, this idea is connected with this, right? Grammatically speaking, it's connected because we have a pronoun here, it. It functions. What are we talking about? It. What does it means, right? Intonation. It functions. So this idea is connected with the previous one. Okay? And so this sense of intonation providing some sort of glue, some sort of element that makes the ideas to belong to a specific paragraph. And then through intonation, you can also emphasize that the following idea belongs to a different paragraph. Okay? And also, intonation works like a flag. It works like a flag that you are speaking. Like myself, I'm speaking here, I have a flag, and then I'm willing to give the flag to, I don't know, to any other member, to Camilo, for example, to Daniela, to Jolie, William. Okay, so I'm giving this flag to someone else whenever I'm done with my turn. And when you are speaking, somehow you need to show that you're done speaking. Sometimes you need to show that you want somebody else's opinion. And that's what we call the discourse, a function of intonation that helps the other speaker to understand when they can jump into the conversation, right? Can you read the following examples? I don't know if Gabriela Sasso is here. Gabriela, do you have a working microphone? I will be very happy if you say yes or no, even in the chat.
Me? Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much. Go on, Daniela.
Okay. Intonation signals how sequences of clauses and
because that's what was already read, right? So this is the next one.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
The falling intonation indicates new information, but the rising tone indicates the given or shared information. This can be further illustrated by the following examples. I have to take the dog for a walk. I have to take the dog for the vet. She went to Scotland. They are coming on Thursday.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Daniela. So this is falling intonation. This is new information. I have to take the dog for a walk. I don't have to take the cat for a walk. I'm not going for a walk because I want. I have to take the dog for a walk. And only the dog, not any other animal. I have to take the dog to the vet. I'm not taking the dog for a walk. I'm taking it to the vet. So that's what Daniela mentioned, right? She went to Scotland. She didn't go anywhere. She went to Scotland 2 years ago, right? She went to Scotland. So because that's new information, it's supposed to be emphasized or supposed to make more salient, more prominent, right? And Daniela read they're coming on Thursday. They're not coming today. So relax and chill out. They're coming on Thursday, next Thursday, all right? So that's the new information. And that's the new information should always be pronounced more prominently, right? Or needs to be emphasized. Okay, so far we have talked about the attitudinal function of intonation, the grammatical function of intonation, the focusing or accentual function, and the discourse or cohesive function of intonation, right? Remember that this one has to do with emotions and feelings, right? You're expressing how you feel about something. The grammatical function helps us to organize, right? The elements, just like punctuation, right? It's quite connected with punctuation. When there's a comma in a text, you keep a rising intonation. When you have a period, you have a falling intonation, because essentially you are done speaking, right? And you want to know, to let the speakers know. Focusing or accentual information is when you are highlighting, right, the specific elements, right, in a sentence, and you want the speaker to pay attention to a specific word or words. So you highlight that specific element so that the listener is aware, right, that this is a specific segment in the sentence. And discourse or cohesive is to give this different ideas the connection that they need to have if they belong to the same paragraph or they are connected in terms of meaning. And also, whenever you want to signal that someone else's turn is the next one, or that you are done talking, you're finished reading something, and then through the discourse function of intonation, you let that to be known by the rest of the people. By the rest of the people. By the rest of the people. Of the people. I'm done. So it's time for a break now. These are the functions of intonation. There are others, such as the psychological function that we're not going to review. I think, there are many functions of intonation according to many authors. Some speak about 8 functions of intonation, and we're just going to review 5 in this class. Okay, leaving the psychological function out, not because it's not important, because in general, we can remember a certain number of things. We can group thoughts into, 6, 7, 8 words, and then we need to make a pause. So in order to organize our ideas, and in order for the listeners to understand what we're saying, so we cannot keep talking forever, or not forever, but we cannot have like a string of 10 words or 30 words in the same group. In order for people to understand what I'm saying. So I cannot go beyond that, because that's the way I organize my ideas. I guess that's the way that listeners may understand. So that's a psychological function that's not included, but some authors consider it to be also important to know and to be familiar with. Okay? After the break, we're continuing with the last function of intonation that we're going to review. Some exercises, fall intonation and rise in intonation. According to my watch, is 11:46. So I don't know, 5 to noon, right? Yeah, 11:56, 11:57. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're okay with this, we're going to have a 10-minute break right now. Yay or boo. Any reactions?
Okay, teacher.
Yay!
All right, there you are. There you are. You see, yeah. That's intonation as well. Intonation is present everywhere. All right, guys, see you in 10.